Good day guys, my name is Lord Tomo. Welcome again to another Sonic the Hedgehog toy item collectible. As you know, I'm Lord Tomo with the good old plush here. Messing around with the Wii U remote. Or the standard Wii remote actually. Let's put this guy aside and actually get to the actual review. This is going to be part of my plush collection slash reviews, if you really want to call it. Essentially I'm just going to purchase plushies and give you my 2 cents of it. I'm starting to really, you know, not necessarily grab my hopes on them. I'm starting to really pick up on them simply because the ones that are coming out more recently are, in my honest opinion, are superb, and I figured why not just pick them up and give my 2 cents. This plushie did come in a plastic sleeve. I'm not going to go too much into it. It's just a standard run-the-mill plastic sleeve, so it is what it is. So let's put that over there somewhere and get into the actual review. This is Silver the Hedgehog, for those who may or may not know. He has starred kind of in newer games, not as a main, I guess, protagonist of any sort, kind of like cameos if that, but essentially his first real, you know, starring, you know, cameo, if you can really call that, as a protagonist playable character was from Sonic the Hedgehog 06. That's how it's mainly referred, but it's Sonic the Hedgehog from the first generation, you know, what's the game? A PlayStation game, console, PlayStation 3. It is from the company of Great Eastern Entertainment, and I've started to notice that Great Eastern Entertainment in particular make really awesome plushies, and this is definitely one of those that is no doubt on the top list. I have done other ones. You can definitely check them out in my past reviews or my list of plushies, so definitely check those out. So let's get into it. First and foremost, you know, let's go through the actual face and make our way down in all the small little bits and pieces. Already they basically marked the actual facing, perfectly done. The only nitpick that I have personally is they kind of had like a sticker on effect of the eyes, which isn't bad, of course, if you look after it quite well, but you know, minimize yourself from actually just watching it too often if you're that sort of person. But essentially I'm never going to play with this. I'm just going to have it purely for display purposes, so not going to have much of an issue. They have enough stuffing in the actual nose, which gives it that pointy-esque sort of feel to it, which is awesome. Love that. You have his smile, once again, kind of like a stickerish effect on it, which isn't bad, but they've added it, which is definitely awesome. You have his mouth nozzle of sorts, and you have, of course, the dark underlining of his eyes, just to give that more depth to it. The thing they're worried about this in particular is his actual head and or actual overall head, but more or less his fringe. I thought they've captured it superbly done, especially from plushie form. You have every single one, and every single one, from mine anyway, is pretty much stuffed in correctly, like stuffed in terms of had enough. I don't know whether they have cotton, maybe, I'm guessing that's cotton. Has enough stuffing to give that oomph effect to it. And of course they're quite movable to the most part. Of course you have the ears over here, just which is awesome, superb, which is always actually a great bonus, and you have one on this side as well, which is also great. Following through the top of his head, you can actually see more of the depth of the actual fringe themselves. You have, of course, a little string which acts as a, I guess, string effect, or kind of gives it that, I wouldn't say oomph, but gives it that ability to hang it if you so desire, which isn't bad. Back to the head, you have, of course, his back spikes, which has an exceptional amount of stuffing, which is awesome. You can actually see the finer details of the actual stitching throughout the whole head, and I think this is absolutely superb. One of the better plushies that I've seen anyway from what's currently out there. Of course you have his two back spikes here, and of course you have his tail. Awesome amount of stuffing there. You have, of course, his little collar there on that side, and it goes all the way down to his chest. I'm not 100% sure if this is an extra piece that kind of gives it that chest effect. I guess I know why they did it. It just, I don't know, it looks right, but it doesn't look right. Doesn't make sense. So yeah, that's a really padded description of that sort of stuff. I'm not going to go for both hands, but both hands are equally stuffed as well. And of course, what I absolutely superbly love is the finer details of his, you know, gloves and his top and his sides and all that sort of stuff. Absolutely superb, and that's done on both hands. Of course, this pretty much does standard to the actual original all plushies, where they actually have the stitchings for fingers, which kind of gives it that, I guess, stitching for fingers. Not bad, not bad. Following down, you have his shoes, and you have the finer details all around his little, I guess, sock, and you have his tongue of his shoe, and of course the sole of the shoe, and you have the little, I guess, tread marks around it. They didn't have to do this, but they did it, and I absolutely love him for it. It's the actual fee, and you can actually see the details. Of course, plushies nowadays, depending on how you pose it, is you have them sitting down. Some people have it standing up. My ones are going to be sitting down, so I can see why they've actually added it. And you know what, awesome that they've actually done it, which is extremely superb in its overall design of plushiness. So it's always great. Also, what they've done, which I absolutely love, I've always had a nitpick where they've added the actual tag to the actual ear or the arm or something of that nature, and it's always bothered me. But none other than Great Eastern Entertainment have gone out of their way to actually connect it to the actual tag, which, you know what, awesome. Keep it up, guys. Of course, his tag is that. The only small, I guess, down part is it says Sonic the Hedgehog plush, but it should say Silver the Hedgehog for those people who don't know him. But I guess I know why they would do it, for new fans that already know him, but older fans, for new fans not to necessarily know who this guy is, but they know he's from the same Sonic universe. I guess they could really investigate him. But of course, for the older fans like myself, we already know what it is, and it's obviously from the Sonic the Hedgehog universe, and this is Silver the Hedgehog. It's a superb puppy. I got it for roughly about $15. I couldn't find it. Well, I did find it in the store, game store in like in a store within New South Wales, but they've out of stock, so I had to purchase this online. Got it for about $59. And you know what? If you're a big fan of Silver the Hedgehog, by all means go ahead, get it. It's absolutely superb in every conceivable way. It's definitely worth a catch. It is still currently common, so it's 1 star out of 10. Not to say it's a bad, but it's extremely common. But you know what? Definitely get it. It's worth your weight in gold and money, and it's something that's always nice to have. And now, guys, thank you so much for checking out this review. Tell me if you have it, what's your thoughts on it. You dig the character, you hate the character, maybe your ones have a defect, who knows. And guys, thank you so much for checking out this review, and remember, guys, stay tuned. I will be doing reviews to make up for the weeks that I haven't. But anyway, guys, take care, speed on, and be strong.